ニューヨーク出身の YouTuber カップル、アジア旅行で中国と日本の極端な落差に直面します。日本での最高の体験と中国での絶望的なカオスの比較を見てみましょう。
This to me is what Japan I've always dreamt about. It's quiet here, it's serene. What I love about Japan is just how organized everything is. So we made it up to Sutenkaku Tower, which is one of the tallest towers in all of Japan. And it's beautiful to see this observation deck. Everything looks so beautiful late at night.
中国に到着した途端、公共交通機関の機能停止に直面します。頼りの地図は嘘ばかりで、駅員すら英語が通じないという言葉の壁による恐怖を味わうことになります。
So last night we had a lot of difficulty with the public train and metro because it wasn't running. And everywhere said bus stops, and even you look on the maps, it looks like it works, but it really doesn't. And nobody that we've encountered speaks English. Even the people who work in the train station, who work at the airport.
All of the signs were written in English, which was kind of a false sense of security. Nobody spoke English. So we really should have learned a little bit more of the language before coming in.
日本とは打って変わって、街中にゴミが散乱している光景に驚愕。
And also, there is garbage around. Like in Japan, there wasn't any garbage anywhere.
Nowhere. No garbage on the street, no garbage cans, nothing. It was just no trash.
So definitely different than what you got used to in Japan.
さらに、歩道にバイクが平気で突っ込んでくるという、歩くことすら危険な無法地帯に怯えます。
We're right here walking on the sidewalk, and there's people on motorbikes with people on the back just driving here. It looks
along the sidewalk.
Yeah, on the sidewalk with us. Also, they drive on the same side as we do as Americans, which is actually opposite than what they do in Japan.
週末の昼間なのに上海の中心部は人がおらず不気味なほど閑散としています。
Another thing that does surprise me here is I thought that there would be so many people here, but it's a Saturday and it's midday.And we haven't really seen a lot of people around.
さらに、公共の場にある飲み水はなぜか熱湯のみという理解不能な文化に困惑します。
Another thing that's different here in China is the water fountains and all the drinking water is hot, which is different. You know, I'm used to nice cold water.
高級店に入ってもメニューには牛の肺など不気味な直訳が並び解読不可能です。
Tired of chicken wings and pork fried rice, so I saw this place. And it looked like more upscale kind of food, so I said, let me try it. So the first problem I ran into is that I had no idea what anything on the menu says, and the literal translations are like crazy names. It's like beef, lung, liver, whatever, or something. It's not like just beef, rice, or something like that. So I looked at what the guy had next to me,And I ordered that.
結局、得体の知れないゼリーや、隣の人の真似をして注文するサバイバルを強いられます。
We used to translate app to see what this was, and it said it was rose petal, and it looks like rose petal. Let's see what it tastes like. Very much like rose jelly.
無法地帯の中国で心身ともに疲弊した二人は、ついに安住の地である日本へ。そこには、先ほどの地獄が嘘のような、美しく整然とした平和な世界が広がっていました。
Nice, savory, lots of food there, lots of flavor. This to me is what Japan I've always dreamt about. It's quiet here, it's serene. I like it as a little chewy, like a gummy bear kind of, but lots of flavor.
日本に来てまず感動したのは、駅での完璧な整列乗車です。誰もがルールを守り、指定された場所を行儀よく歩く姿は、ニューヨークでは絶対にありえない奇跡の光景です。
What I love about Japan is just how organized everything is. Like, you go right on the train, there's lines to where you're supposed to go, where you're not supposed to go, and this would never happen in New York City.
朝7時から絶品の定食が食べられるレストランに感動。
One thing about Japan is a lot of things don't open really early. So we actually were walking to the Osaka Castle and we found this restaurant called Yayoi, I think. And it was really cool because it opened at 7 a.m. and they have a lot of different foods. So I actually got a hamburger steak, I got shrimp, I got chicken, miso soup, and rice.
Yes, I got the miso soup and french fries.
Also included in the amazing Osaka Pass is the tower slider, and it's a beautiful, fun slide, right? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so they were creeping me out. They were like, Happy Halloween, and then they shoved me down. It was like so much fun.
Let go. I highly recommend doing this.
さらに安くて高品質な食品が揃い、ぬくめてもらえるコンビニ文化など、日本の素晴らしい食環境に胃袋をつかまれます。
It's got a taiyaki, which is like kind of like a cakey outside and a custard on the inside. I got a premium custard, so it tastes kind of like vanilla pudding on the inside, and it's very hot and it's very good.
Japan has a really cool and unique convenience store culture where they have tons of food and it's super affordable. You can get it's usually cold or frozen and they'll heat it up for you here. So you can get full meals, especially like Olivia, who is really particular with her food. A lot of the foods here have meat and things like that. You can really choose what you want here at the 7-Elevens and the convenience store. So I highly recommend coming and visiting.
いちご大福や美しいフルーツ飴、そしてたった280円の絶品たこ焼き、安くて美味しく、種類も豊富な日本のストリートフードの魅力に、彼らの興奮は止まりません。
So as soon as you walk out of Culinary, there's a lot of different vendors where you can buy different foods. So come and try some of the local foods. I got the strawberry daifuku with the strawberry, and it's pretty good. I like it. It's a little chewy, like a gummy bear kind of, but lots of flavor.
And it has red bean paste. I got these candy strawberries because I've been seeing everybody eating them all around, and it's good. It's very sweet. The candied part is kind of like hard, and
it'll definitely get stuck in your teeth.
It's gonna kind of stuck in my teeth, but it's really, really sweet.
So we're walking to Sutenkaku, and it's beautiful streets over here. It's about to be sunset. Everything is lit up, and there's so many beautiful buildings and a lot of different games and festivals. I highly recommend coming over here, especially during sunset when everything is lit up here. The next stop here is in Shiki Market, and it is a lot of people here during this time. It closes at 6 p.m., so be sure to get here earlier than that. But they have a lot of different street vendors, a lot of local foods. I first started by getting eel with soy sauce, and it was phenomenal. Nice, savory, lots of food there, lots of flavor. And then after that, I stopped and I saw a long line for takoyaki, which is traditional to Osaka region. So I had to get it. It was super cheap. It was like 280 yen, and it was 6 balls. It's like octopus on the inside, and I didn't think I would like it because I was mad I was going to get about 6, but honestly, a lot of flavor. I highly recommend trying it. The octopus is really good.
夜の大阪はものすごい人混みですが、暴動が起きるアメリカとは違い、誰もが礼儀正しく平和に楽しんでいます。この落ち着いた群衆の姿に、深い敬意と驚きを抱きます。
So coming from New York, I'm honestly never really surprised by crowds, but what I am surprised by is how respectful this crowd is. Like, if this is New York, the last time there was this many people, Kai Cenat was in the city, everybody went to prison, everybody was fighting, but this, you know, it's people just having fun walking around, everybody respectful, everybody having a good time. So we made it up to Sutenkaku Tower, which is one of the tallest towers in all of Japan, and it's beautiful to see this observation deck. Everything looks so beautiful late at night. So we just walked down the Sutenkaku Tower, and I'm not gonna lie, that place, they don't want you to leave, because every time you go down, there's something else, there's music playing, there's a whole lot of things going on.
富士山を望む美しい紅葉の景色を抜け、まるで雲の中にいるような絶景ドライブを満喫。四季折々の自然の美しさと、どこへ行っても安全な環境に心から癒されます。
So we just got off the bus from Shinjuku Station, and we got dropped off like literally on the side of the road. It's not even like a station, even though it does say Shimiyoshida Station. It's beautiful. That ride over here was amazing.
Very scenic.
Right now, because of the fall foliage, you see a lot of different colors. You see the rivers here. We were like in the clouds, so it's beautiful here, but let's head out in Shimiyoshida. And right behind the pagoda, you have some amazing views. It's an observation deck. Unfortunately today, we thought it was gonna open up, but it's still behind the clouds. You still can see a little bit of the snow caps, but you can't see the top of Mount Fuji. But if it does open up, we will come back. I don't know about her, but I'm coming back.
Oh, Lord.
I'm coming back.
Might have to make it.
And we actually passed the Arts and Crafts College. And when you're going down here, you see a lot of people stopping, drawing at the different buildings. And
painting.
Yeah, so it's beautiful to see. So far, we've been to Tokyo. We've been to Osaka, we've been to Nara, and now we're in Kyoto. And Kyoto is my favorite region.
My favorite too, for sure.
It's just like, it's authentic. You see old styles, you see the architecture. This to me is what Japan I've always dreamt about. It's quiet here, it's serene. This is a place that I could see myself coming back to over and over again. and I feel like I could live here.
古き良き伝統建築と心洗われる静寂に包まれた京都。彼らはここを最も愛する場所だと語り、この素晴らしい日本にずっと住みたいと最高の賛辞を送ったのです。